What's up, everyone? I want to go deeper into this whole Binance thing, as a lot of you are taking interest in the video I did earlier about how Binance controls almost 30% of XRP global. And Binance definitely has some financial worries that we have to consider. Let's explore deeper. Now, the Binance stuff has a lot of us concerned that are in the know, that are paying attention to everything else out there. I did a video earlier about Binance having control of almost 30% of XRP globally. I'll have that linked at the end. The data and stats behind that is totally crazy, and the effect it could have on the market is nuts. Anyways, heat map. We're going to be sideways for a while until more bigger macro events break. Leading up to Christmas, U.S. markets are going to be slowing down a little bit. A lot of people are going to be on holiday. Look for low volumes over the next week unless something crazy happens with the liquidity crunch. Binance US to buy bankrupt Voyager digital assets for just over $1 billion. Binance US operates under a Binance.com license. The reason they were able to buy and put their bid in on this is because the bid with FTX fell. And we know the reason FTX had the cash, why? Because it was money borrowed from money, borrowed from money, borrowed from money within their own companies. Now, this makes us wonder out there in the crypto world, and those of you out there that are smart and that are reading between the lines and not getting emotional on this, but actually doing the research, we know that there's a really, really high chance that Binance US, that there's some definite commingling of funds there, which means the liquidity that they have probably isn't as high as they have. And why would we think that? Because every other freaking exchange out there has been playing like that. And with the market in such a decline, there's no money to be made on trading because the volume is down so high. Did a deep dive on that with Coinbase to show you how bad it really is. We saw how bad it was with FTX. Well, anyways, Binance US, arm of Binance.com, looking to get Voyager assets. That means now Binance would own even more under its umbrella. Yes, everyone, think of the 130 plus companies under the FTX umbrella, and we saw what happened, right? One liquidity issue, well, no, sorry, they were stealing, and then once people learned of that, they were like, yo, we're taking more money out of this piece of crap. You start dealing with stuff like this, Binance is now going to own even more stuff under its umbrella. Here's the thing with Voyager. Voyager filed for bankruptcy all the way on July 5th. Hey, if you want to read their bankruptcy filing, it's right here on the screen. As always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. So FUDsters out there, they don't cite your sources, bad. But anyways, they filed in July 5th of 2022. Now, here's the thing. They're going to open it so that people can take their stuff out. They're saying somewhere around in March, all right? Once, if this bid goes through, they would be able to give customers access to their funds in March. So what I have up on the screen right now is the market cap for all of crypto, okay? And we're going to get into Binance and what really has us worried numbers-wise. Don't worry about that. But this is what the market cap was at crypto when they went bankrupt, right? The day that they actually filed. I got it there up on the screen. Now, if you look at it here, they're down over $100 billion in terms of market cap, okay? So if we aggregate that out, you would have to assume that the customer's assets from the time they filed it out, so their lockout period, is worth anywhere from 10 to 12% less. Okay, now on top of that, you have to think, if we're going till March, look, market consensus is we're going to have pain in all of 2023. Hey, maybe we see some light in 2024. Did a video about that with Jerome Powell and the Fed. All these videos I'll have linked at the end. So if there's something you're interested in that I'm talking about, it'll all be linked at the end. But anyways, Jerome Powell and the Fed said, hey, cash flow is going to be rough. So that means if we can kind of project out to the first quarter of 2023, you're going to have even more market softness, okay? We know there's going to be more players to fall. Let's be real here, okay? We could jump through stories of all different firms. There's going to be more than just Voyager. So anyways, these people are going to get access to their funds around the 23rd. How many of them are going to sell knowing they're going to be down even further? Not just 10, 12%, but probably closer to the 20% range when we get there. So you're going to have a lot of downward pressure. You're also going to have Binance spending $1 billion on something that we know isn't really worth it, right? The market has got some erosion left in it. There's still a liquidity crisis in crypto as a whole. So they're now spending a lot of cash, over $1 billion, to do it. Now, okay, let's get into this. Former SEC official says Binance finances are even more opaque than those FTX. FTX's finances were a mess. John Ray III, the guy that was dealing with the bankruptcy for Enron, is the one doing it for FTX. He said, yo, this is a mess. Accounts weren't even labeled. That means you had accounts with money that the stuff was moving. They didn't even know what it was, who owned it, anything like that. It was that badly mismanaged. Now you have a former SEC official who are in the know, right? They see all of these different, quote, securities things that they go after, right? They see all these companies as exchanges. They see these books. Remember, there's been inquiries in all these companies for years now. They know the books. They know what's going on. They know it. They know this is a house of cards. Former SEC official says Binance finds it even more opaque. So that means now Binance is probably playing the same game, because if you're trying to make your books opaque, you don't want people to see how you're hiding the money. There's always this rule out there. No matter how complex of a business that you run, you should be able to follow the path of finances, right? Your costs, your ins, your outs, everything should be labeled nicely so that when you do your books every month, you can really see what you're doing, where your actual cash flow is. When companies make their books opaque, right, wishy-washy, they do it to confuse people reading into their finances so that regulators don't understand their business model. They try to make it so complex to hide what they're doing is heavily like illegal that funds are being commingled. Because think, FTX was looked at by the SEC, how many times? Was it 10? And they didn't even catch the commingling between them and Alameda. So now with Binance's being more opaque, we have to worry about that. Now here's the problem. The problem has to deal with Binance's native token, BNB, okay? The biggest worry we have, and this is why all of crypto is so nervous, well, the people in the know. You're one of them now that you're watching this video, so thank you for watching, by the way. The reason we're worried is because how much Binance, right, the BNB, how much they have on their books and what they're using it for. Are they considering it an asset? Are they considering it liquid because they could liquidate it at any time? I mean, like, we don't know how they're really looking at their asset on their books. We also don't know really how much they have on their books of BNB. Here's the problem, BNB's market cap, all right? And let's do this. Let's blow this out for the year. BNB's market cap from the year was somewhere right around just under 90 billion, and now we're just right at the under 40 billion mark. All right, so we've eroded more than half the value of BNB. If they're using BNB and selling BNB on the open market to prop up their own internal finances to give them cash for this, sooner or later BNB is going to be worth less and less and less because they're the ones dumping it on the market at a lower rate each time because the demand is obviously not there. There's no institutional demand. There's no venture capitalist demand. Retail's really bailing out of crypto, so they'd literally be dumping it, just force pricing the pressure on down. The concern is that this continuous pressure will mean that BNB will be worth less, which means as it's worth less, their holdings are now worth less, which means they have to sell more. And if you have to sell more of a less valued thing, that makes the price of it even less, which means you have to sell even more. Well, you have to sell even more. That puts more downward pressure on the price. It's worth even less. That's kind of where you get into this death spiral idea, okay? So people out there in the know, yourself included, are looking at this going, whoa, we don't know what's on the books of Binance. They're buying a whole bunch of stuff out there, including Voyager. And the thing that we're worried about is if they're using BNB, just like, you know, with the whole Luna UST thing, just like Justin Sun, Tron with TRX, FTT was the native token of FTX. See, they're all the same. So house of cards, man, right there. That's why we're all concerned. This is a lot to unpack and digest. Now, recently we had O'Leary, right? He came in front and he testified to the Senate. And he said that FTX was taken out by a competitor. That's false. FTX, people found out, look, that there were commingled funds, that he was stealing your funds. And then once people found out that, then they took their money out. Okay, that was obvious. But O'Leary had a really good point. He said Binance is an unregulated monopoly, and it's so true. And now you've got an arm of Binance, right? Binance US, taking Voyager assets, $1 billion. So now not only are they going to be spending their bags, which means there's less liquidity in the Binance ecosystem, we know it's commingled. Come on, everyone. Everyone else is playing the game. How else is Binance on top? Do they have some magical business formula? Do they know how to magically cut costs better than everyone else? Is their trading volume high? No, we all know trading volume's down. But it has a lot of us nervous about what's going on with Binance, with the control that they have. So O'Leary's right. Unregulated monopoly, and how much crypto flows through Binance. It's a scary, scary thing. Now, throughout this video, I said, hey, there's a bunch of different stories that you're interested. I'm going to have them pop up on the screen right now. Click on the one that interests you. They were all talked about in this video and give an even deeper dive, more specifics on what we talked about here. Thank you very much for watching. You cool cats, have a great rest of your day.